Xzavaien Jones.
That's correct, Your Honor, and Judge, I filed an entry of appearance yesterday with your clerk.
Are we going to testify? Raise your right hand.
The defendant's not going to testify.
You solemnly swear or affirm testimony about to give you the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do. Sergeant Hudson, Columbus Police Department, Robbery and Homicide Unit. If Your Honor, please, this is a report of an incident which occurred on Saturday, March 26th at approximately 7:28 hours in the evening, the Saturday before Easter. The incident occurred at 3131 Manchester Expressway, commonly known to or referred to as the Peachtree Mall. Patrol units were dispatched to this location in reference to a shots fired, one person being shot call. Upon their arrival at the front entrance, or the entrance outside the food court entrance, they discovered the victim, Anthony Meredith, laying on the pavement or on the cement in front of the entrance, unresponsive. Mr. Meredith was rushed to the medical center, Midtown Medical Center, by EMS, where he was later pronounced dead a short time later by the ER physician. Mr. Meredith had suffered at least, preliminary investigation shows he was shot at least 8 times and succumbed to those injuries. At the scene, officers secured the scene. The scene was processed by our ID section. Sergeant Jury processed the scene. There were at least 10 shell casings discovered at the scene. Numerous projectiles and bullet fragments were also discovered. Witnesses were identified, and several witnesses were taken to the public safety building where they were interviewed. During those interviews, Mr. Jones was identified as the shooter by those witnesses. The witnesses were shown single image photographs of Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones was identified or picked out by those witnesses, identified by the witness as the shooter. They also described the vehicle and where the vehicle was parked and where he fled from. Pulling the video surveillance from the mall, it corroborated all the witness statements. So based on that information, the warrant was taken for Mr. Jones for the murder of Anthony Meredith. He's also charged with possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime because he used a firearm to kill Anthony Meredith.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
That
Was the weapon fully loaded?
We found 10 shell casings from the single gun at the scene. We have not recovered the gun at this time.
Ms. Warren?
Have you recovered any physical evidence other than the shell casings and bullet fragments?
Not at this time.
Okay.
Well, what about the tape?
Oh, the videotape. Yes, we have the
Well,
videotapes,
And you've got that videotape,
or DVDs rather.
all right, and you have that in property and evidence.
Yes, sir.
That'll be turned over to the district attorney at
Yes,
some
sir.
point in time. I'll get to look at it.
Yes, sir.
Have you reviewed the video?
Yes, sir.
And from your review of the video, can you actually identify the shooter?
You don't see his face, but you see the clothing description, the physical description, height, weight, sex, color, clothing description that he was wearing at that time.
Okay. I believe in connection with this case, I believe a search warrant was
Executed. Yes, sir.
executed. Were any items seized as a result of the search warrant?
We did take we executed a search warrant at Mr. Jones's place of residence on Forest Road. We did seize a photo album that was found in the residence. The photo album contained photos of Christopher Twitty with a child, as well as Christopher Twitty, that child, and Mr. Jones's sister, Takia Young. When we interviewed Miss Young, she claimed that She is the mother of Christopher Twitty's child. Christopher Twitty was murdered in November. Christopher Twitty was identified as an OG Crip member who brought Mr. Jones into the Crip gang. And that is the reason, or the motive for the murder was revenge for the killing of Christopher Twitty.
And Mr. Twitty was killed in November.
Yes, sir.
Has anybody been identified as the killer?
I am unaware of that. I am not working that case.
Okay.
That's a different squad has that case.
Now, you indicated that several witnesses identified the defendant as being the shooter.
Sure.
Are any of those witnesses present in court?
This is an ongoing investigation, Your Honor. I did not bring those witnesses to court for fear of their safety because this is a known gang-related incident, and it is still an ongoing investigation.
So, I understand the rule. I was just asking. The answer's no.
No.
And you have a reason for that.
Yes, sir.
But all of these witnesses, did any of the witnesses identify the defendant before being shown his photograph?
Yes.
Okay. And the photograph that you used, you've got that in property and evidence.
Yes.
All right. And that'll be turned over to the district attorney, and I'll get to look at that at some point.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How many witnesses do you have that identified the defendant?
I don't have that. I don't have that information right in front of me, but
Can you give me an approximate number?
a minimum of one, at least, more than one.
At least one for sure, maybe more than one.
Yes, sir. And the investigation is continuing.
I understand. The one witness for sure that identified the defendant, do you know if that witness was related to the victim?
He was not,
Okay.
or they were not.
Okay. Did the witnesses know the victim?
Yes.
Prior to this incident, did any of your witnesses know the defendant?
Yes.
All of them?
No.
Some of them.
Yes.
And the witness, the victim, was a gang member?
No.
Oh, he wasn't?
No.
Okay.
Not that we can have determined. You said the witness, right?
Victim.
The victim, no. Witness, no.
Did you develop any information from any witnesses or any sources that indicated that there was any personal animosity between the defendant and the victim prior to the
Yes.
shooting? Had they had prior difficulties?
Yes.
And the defendant turned himself in Wednesday, actually down at my office. Excuse me, Monday.
Yes, sir.
Monday. We turned in, and I indicated to the fugitive squad folks that he didn't want to make a statement, and I ask you now, has he made any statements?
We have not spoken with him.
Okay, I believe you asked me if you could, and I
Yes,
told
sir,
you
I
not
did.
at this time.
Yes, sir, you did.
Is there any other information linking the, well, you said from the video you saw clothing items
Yes, sir.
that, is this a black and white video or color?
Both.
Okay. You saw clothing items that matched what the witnesses described the defendant was wearing.
Yes.
All right. Did you recover any of those clothing items?
Not at this time.
Is there anything you want to add?
No, sir.
Okay. That's all I have, Judge.
I'll have everything.
Anything else, Mr. Warren?
No, sir.
Murder without bond, weapons charge, $25,000 bond, citizen. Go back inside.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you for waiting on me, Judge.
sure you send it to them.
Thank you so much. Good job. Yeah.
You know what it is. But you know he still got that burger. I think possession of firearm, commission of crime. But you know, he's still murder gonna hold him. That was one of them. Okay, appreciate it. All right, thanks.